Was it truly a pitch about a show about nothing when you actually pitched it?
No, never.
What was the original pitch like?
The original pitch was how a comedian gets his material, which Larry and I knew we were lying when we said it, because nobody wants to see that. It's not interesting. But it sounds good to a network executive.
Right.
So they gave us the pilot. They didn't like the pilot. And then Rick Ludwin said, you know what? I think this show isn't that bad. Everyone disliked it. And Rick Ludwin said, I'm going to take some money from Saturday Night Wrestling. In those days, professional wrestling replaced Saturday Night Live once a month. And he took the money from one of those, and it was enough money for us to make 4 episodes. We made 4 episodes. They still didn't like it. And then Fox said, we want the show. And then NBC said, okay, we'll make a few more. They still wouldn't order it. They just didn't like it.
So which episode turned the tide? Was there one in particular that turned the tide? Do you think?
No, but when they put it after Cheers, we got ratings. And then they put us on Wednesday night, and we went in the toilet again. We had it was 4 years of struggle, which, we didn't really care. We were just having fun doing the show.
The Keith Hernandez episode.
Oh, yeah.
How was that born? How did that get born?
Well, the idea was who would be the ultimate catch for me that we could do this story of Jerry trying to seduce, for lack of a better word, or inculcate.
Yes.
Maybe that's not a good word for a sports simulcast show.
Please drop it. Go
inculcate.
For it.
What word would you pick? Me wanting to be with someone I idolize or heroize or something.
Yes.
And for me, being a Mets fan as you are, Keith in 1990, we were only a few years removed from 86, and
right.
Keith was my idol. He was my hero.
And so
I loved the way he would captain the infield. He was such a great team captain, wasn't he? Wasn't he the what a captain's supposed to be?
Yeah, I mean, you had Gary Carter behind home plate.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had the pitching staff. But
Yeah.
Keith Hernandez coming from the Cardinals has really helped, along with Carter from the Expos, kind of put it all together.
Beautiful. Yeah, put it together. Yeah.
Exactly. So you reached out to him and you pitched him and he was fine with it?
I don't remember. I remember we suggested him, he's handsome. And we sent him the script and he said yes. He, of course, had no idea what he was saying yes to.
None.
And that was the only day on the series that I worked on the series that before I drove in my closet, I changed my shirt twice. Wow. Thinking, no, pink, not pink. No, blue, no. I don't know.
Just to
it
make
was like
sure.
a big date. I was so excited to meet him.
So it was true to form. The script and,
yes,
the plot was true to form.
It was true,
You
yes.
would have helped him move if he had asked.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was my man crush. That's what they call it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Yeah.
For sure. And so...
and I still love the guy, by the way. Absolutely love the guy.
Well, he's amazing on the broadcast. That's one of the best local broadcasts, if for lack of a better phrase, with Gary Cohen and him and Ron Darling. They're fantastic.
Yeah, here's a question for you that a Mets fan said to me the other day.
Yes.
Would you trade that booth for a World Series? And he said, absolutely not.
Whoa.
Absolutely not. Because that's 3 hours of entertainment nightly for me.
Yes.
Rich Eisen, I put
Would
it to
I
you.
change it?
Would
Well,
you trade the booth for a World Series win?
You're asking somebody who puts a roof over their head to talk because I would never trade. No, of course not.
No.
You value the booth. You value the announcer. The broadcasters are worth
gold medals. That's an Olympic gold medal. What we have there.
It would be me like asking you if comedians are valuable.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
No, I don't. But
no, that's my livelihood. I will always back up the play of the announcer. I will always do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I was saying to somebody, the 3 people that I've seen that really have it made.
Yes.
Sports announcers, the wine guys in restaurants that are out of their minds.
Sommeliers?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And pilots. Pilots are the happiest people. There's a few people in life that are not looking like, how do you get that job? I'm okay doing this, but I'd really love to do that.
Right.
You've got one of those jobs. You're not looking around going, boy, I wish I was ...
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
Same with No, I can't put stand-up comedians in that category.
Really?
Stand-up comedians, no. They're always going, a sitcom, movie part.
It's always something else.
Always something else.
Gotcha. What pilot though? Okay.
Pilots.
Okay.
Do you ever talk to pilots?
Not particularly. But...
Yeah, I talk to them all the time.
And
they just let me fly this plane. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do.
Wouldn't you want to? But you don't talk to them while they're flying, right?
No, not while they're flying. But I've met them.
Okay.
You're talking to one of the very few stand-up comedians that never wanted ever to do anything else. Everything else I've done, including this movie, which was a lot of fun to do,
yes.
I didn't want to do it.
Not even your sitcom, one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
Oh, thank you, Rich.
It's the truth, Jerry.
Oh, that's nice.
It's the truth.
Didn't want to do it. Larry didn't either.
You could have done. Come on.
I'm telling you.
Come on. I mean, people walk. Jerry, you know that people walk around and use lines, even when I have a pretzel and they're making me thirsty.
I know. I am.
Seriously,
it has made my life a dream. But I didn't want to do it. I don't know why I worked so hard to do it.
180 episodes,
pushing,
right?
Pushing NBC to please give us a chance. I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do, but being a stand-up comic is really fun.
I would find that tougher. I did stand-up comedy in college.
Really?
Yes. For 4 years I did it. And it's
4 years?
Yes, I did. Once a month.
With the Wisp?
With the Wisp. The Wisp was funny. I was funnier with the Wisp.
And tell me what happened.
I don't know. It's the toughest thing I've ever had to do. I did it in the student union. So I would pack the house. So I knew that the crowd was friendly. A couple times I actually went on the road to see what it would be like. It was the toughest thing I ever had to do. It was in front of 20 people. I was paid a hamburger. Yeah. And most of the comedians afterwards were like, "Are you going to use that?" Meaning the joke that I just used, if I'm not going to use it anymore.
Yeah.
And it just struck me as kind of cutthroat. And I don't know if I was cut out for it, to be straight up.
Cutthroat isn't the right word. I would call it animalistic. It is an animalistic existence.
What's the difference?
Cutthroat is someone else sabotaging you.
Okay.
Animalistic means you have to be cretinous. You have to be a ground dweller. You have to be a, you know that thing they do in the army with the wires and you crawl under it?
Sure, yeah.
If you're doing that and going, this is kind of fun, you could do stand-up comedy. If you think this is kind of fun crawling under these wires.
Right.
That you have to have that gear of, I still like I did a show recently in a town I'm not going to name, and I wasn't good. I was struggling.
Right.
I just knew this is not working tonight. It's just okay. I'm getting like decent laughs, and they're paying a lot of money, and I'm not destroying them. And I was sweating, and I feel that bead going down the middle of my spine. You don't feel that when you do a sitcom or a talk show. You feel that when you're doing an hour and 20 minutes of stand-up in a small town.
And you like that?
I like that.
Huh.
I like that. And I turn around and I take a sip of water. Did you ever see Lenny with Lenny Bruce?
No, but I know who you're talking about. Obviously.
Yeah, it's a Dustin Hoffman movie from the early 70s. And the top of the movie is he's playing a strip club. And he's got the tux on and he's bombing. And he turns around to the band. He's getting a sip of water and he just says to the band, "It's granite out there."
That's it.
When I saw that when I was 18, I said, that's the life I want.
Damn, Jerry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how you got to be built to survive the early years of stand-up. You have to be armadillo-ish.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.